Okay.
It says we're live. Good evening, Texas bikers and bikers all across the nation. This is Texas Biker Radio number 406 and Corona Hour number 14. My co-host, OG Robbins, is with me 60 miles away in McKinney, Texas, who's soon to be in studio with me. Hopefully next month or sooner. OG, how are you doing?
Doing good. It's been a stressful day. let me explain that by saying whenever you're purchasing a house and you get close to closing, all kinds of stuff comes flying out at you from the bushes. And the reason I will be in studio soon is we are buying a home in Arlington.
Yes. So, by the way, my name is Mel Popeye Moss. And of course, that's Mel OG Robbins on the other line there. And OG, I'll be glad we're in the studio and we can actually see each other when we're talking.
Right.
Number one, we won't be talking over each other. Well, not much. but anyway, OG, it is Corona Hour number 14. Can you believe we've been doing this 14 weeks now?
Oh man, I'll tell you, it's a lifetime.
I'm telling you.
You got to wonder if life is ever going to get back to normal.
Yeah. But before we get on to the Corona BS, and I'm going to go ahead and open my Corona beer, as everybody can see right here. Oh yeah, that's the big bottle. Yeah. And I'm going to go ahead and open this with my shark opener. Yeah.
Well, while you're opening it,
okay.
Let me tell you, I read something today that just makes you shake your head even more.
Uh-oh.
The CDC has now come out with more symptoms for COVID.
Oh, God.
And the additional symptoms identically match if you have an allergy.
Oh, here you go.
If you suffer from allergies. Those are the new symptoms for COVID.
Okay.
And add diarrhea.
You know what, OG? And for all of us that have allergies out there, which there are millions of Americans across the country, so now we have to panic. They want you to panic when you have an allergy, a sneeze, a cough, or whatever, which I have weekly. I take allergy pills every day. Now, I can't wait till they come out with the symptoms that if you feel good, you could have COVID-19. I'm just saying.
Well, they're already halfway there.
Oh yes.
Because they're now talking about all these people that have tested positive for COVID that never knew they had it.
Yeah.
So that's a feel normal symptom. Basically, they just need to tag 100% of the population on Earth as having COVID-19, and we will be there.
Yeah. Hey. Why not?
Let's get it over with.
It's something new every day. And you know what? It's beginning to be a lot of bullshit. Oh, wait a minute. It's been a lot of bullshit since the beginning. But
people are frustrated. They're starting to act out. You're getting lots of fits of temper, if you'll notice in the news now.
Oh, yeah.
People have had it. I mean, we have been pushed way too far with this.
I cuss every time I walk into a store. Every time. Whether they're being nice to me or what. I walk in saying, this is bullshit. The store has 1 million square feet. I mean, come on. You know, and what's the difference in a restaurant we ate in at lunchtime today, OG, with my granddaughter? It says you must have a mask to come in. So, okay, we put on our bullshit mask. Then we go in there and it says we're open for in store dining. So we go in, we do our order with our mask on. When we're talking, trying to give our order, we can't understand each other because we're talking through a muffled piece of shit. And then OG, we go get our drinks on a cup from a cup that the guy is touching. He's got on a pair of gloves, all right, but he's touching the cash register, the cups, the next cup. He's not changing those gloves every time a new person comes through. That's bullshit. And let me tell you, then you go to the drink fountain, and then you get to the table where you're 2 feet apart from the person next to you and the person behind you and everything else and the people. There's not enough room to walk past each other at 6 feet. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. But if I say something too loudly about that, oh my God, they'll find out. They'll go shut them down. Because you can't maintain the 6 foot distancing. And you know, OG, I wasn't going to start out tonight starting about Corona bullshit, but here we are. Here we are. And we'll get to some other stuff here in a minute that's more fun. But the COVID thing, I don't know, OG, maybe we can make it fun. How about we go down to one of the TV studios and run through it? Sit on their couch. Go to their home. Whatever. I mean, my God. It's getting crazy as hell out there. Yeah, and you know what, OG? Everybody's having to buy into it because if you're going to go out and buy anything, do anything, they're going to require you to have a mask when you go in. So they did a good job when they started putting it all on the places of business instead of trying to mandate the people, because the people won't put up with it. But if they want to buy something, they've got to comply. And really, I really do believe, everybody, that this is about control. This is getting you used to being controlled. And I don't trust nothing the WHO is saying, the Chinese are saying, Bill Gates is saying, none of them. None of them. Because I do believe deep in my heart that they are a part of the deep state. And this is all about the election in November. Every bit of this stuff. They're trying their damnedest to keep the economy in the tanks, which it's not right now. It's coming back, regardless of what they're doing. You know, and I do believe, that Fauci dude, the little short fucker that's shorter than me.
Yeah.
I do believe, he talks out of both sides of his mouth. He's busy trying to scare people to death. He's busy trying to talk the economy down. Oh, we shouldn't open up too fast. We shouldn't do this. We shouldn't do that. Oh, my God, you can't have church, but damn, you can run out there and protest. You can't do this. You can't do that. And, there's so much going on. And I am so pissed off about it. Let the young people roam. They're not going to die from this BS. get the teachers back to work. The average age of teachers nowadays is about 40 something. They're not going to die. They're going to survive. It's guys like me that are going to get it and play hell. So, but I mean, we've been daring. Is that right, OG?
Yes, we have.
We've been getting out there. Mask, no mask, whatever. Getting out there. And we have a club meeting this weekend. It's called church in the motorcycle club world. And we'll have it, and we'll have fun, and we'll talk over things that we have planned and are going to do. But right now, everybody's hiding. Politicians are hiding. Everybody's hiding. And you got the media and everybody else running their damn mouth. You have old Joe Biden hiding. Oh, that's a rhyme. So Joe Biden hiding finally spoke this week. He hadn't said a damn thing, but we do know that he and Bernie Sanders and crew have been working together. And can you imagine what that is going to look like if they win? This is bad shit, everybody. It's bad shit.
It's scarier than hell.
And I put us into another category by saying shit. Sorry, YouTube. But we don't take any money from you anyway. Just saying. Well, gee, hey, look, I didn't want to start out on a down low, if you know what I mean. Let's talk a little bit. Now, hey, everybody, and we talked about an hour before the show, and OG asked me what we're going to talk about. I said, hell, I don't know. Let's just wing it. And we do that a lot of times. We have no clue coming on here what we're going to say. This is totally unscripted. And what we do is we're speaking from our hearts. And we seek the truth about the things we speak about. But OG, I wanted to start out talking about, how fun, and for you people that are watching television, you're seeing the same crap over and over and over, seeing reruns and all that crap. I mean, sports shows ain't worth a damn. They're running rebroadcast. I can't even say it, you guys. You know my situation here. They're doing all that stuff. Reruns. God, get a life. Get away from the tube. Get away from the NFL. Get away from the NBA. Get away from all of them. All these professional sports where all these prima donnas are treated like royalty. And who want to tell you how to act and behave. A lot like movie stars. Tell you what to think. If you don't have one, buy a motorcycle. OG, I can't tell everybody how much fun that is. Even at our age, I get a thrill every time I crank that bastard up. Every time.
Are you one of those guys that has to rub it?
No, I don't have to rub the damn thing. You know me, I'll shower down on it. I'll shower down on the throttle and pitch that son of a bitch sideways. That's what I like
do
doing.
The same thing.
Yeah.
The same. My favorite is going under an overpass.
Yeah.
And the mother milk of it all is being able to find a tunnel somewhere.
Yeah. But
speaking of motorcycles, let me throw a little Harley news in there.
Let's do it.
Just a little sideline here. You know, the recommended tire pressure for almost any Harley Davidson is 36 pounds in the front and 40 in the back. But you've got a guy out there known as Jerry Motorman Palladino. He's got a Ride Like a Pro DVD. And for guys that watch it, in that DVD, he's recommending you run 40 pounds of tire pressure in the front tire to supposedly lighten steering loads and ease low-speed maneuvering. Now, you know, the answer to that is, first of all, overinflating a tire may cause it to wear quicker.
Yeah.
And you're typically going to feel more of the road because of the tire being harder. You have to keep in mind that these engineers spend many hours studying and testing the tires and the motorcycles before they resolve to a number, 36 pounds. This tire pressure amount is what has been determined to be the best for longevity of the tires, quality of the ride, and rider safety. So beware, you know, if you're hearing that you should be inflating your tires differently, think about it long and hard before you do it, because there can be consequences, be it short-term consequences or long-term.
Yeah. It didn't say anything about 24, did it, OG?
Well, in your case, it doesn't make too much difference because you don't represent that much weight on the bike.
That's true anymore. Damn. Well, you know, it was the right pressure for jumping over whatever that thing in the road that I hit that caused $2,000 worth of damage. And a lot of that was in tires, where that thing had taken flattened one tire, bent a rim, and then took a chunk out of the other one, the rear tire.
So, I was going to say $900 of that would have been tire alone.
Yeah, yeah. The other was broken up saddlebags and stuff like that. It hit quite hard, and you know, if it wasn't for the skilled rider, it would have gone down. But I'm here to talk about it and make fun about it. But, you know, watch for that crap in the road, boys. Watch for it. And gals. There's too much trash on the highways, and they're not getting cleaned up. Maybe we'll go down to Fort Worth City Council and bitch about it. Just for fun. Just for fun. But, yeah, hey, OG, I mean, I wanted to talk about how much fun it is and how, you know, hey, buy you a damn motorcycle. Buy you a motorcycle. You know, and if you have the will, join a motorcycle club. There's all kinds of clubs out there. There are Christian clubs. There are social clubs. There are political clubs like us. They're far and few between. And also there are 1% clubs if you want to go up and and really do the deal. But we know a lot of those guys, and you know, hey, look, there's nothing wrong with them. I mean, it's we know some great guys that within their ranks, and that's the truth of it. It's not what is as described by your television set. I mean, Sons of Anarchy was based on a play called Macbeth by Shakespeare. And I don't know what the Mayans is based on, but it's a lot of BS. Of course, there are people out there that are involved in the drug business, and it's got to be good right now, OG, since they have the cops on the run. I'm just saying.
Well, you'd think they'd be more careful. However,
yeah.
This just came across the wire today
God.
at 1:44 p.m. In a video that trended on social media Tuesday. So I guess that would be, 2 days ago now?
Yeah.
An Austin police officer, and we're saying Austin, Texas, appears to grope a woman's breasts while performing a search, even as she demanded a female officer.
What?
Now, in a statement, the Austin Police Department said the officer acted appropriately since the encounter was recorded and another officer was present.
Oh, wait a minute. OG. He appropriately groped the lady.
Well, listen, she's damn lucky he didn't think she was packing in her crotch.
Yeah.
The department also said the officer was conducting a search before transporting the woman to jail for multiple hazardous traffic violations.
Oh, wow. Now, let me ask this question. Was she black?
No.
There you go.
A white girl. So you didn't hear it on the news.
That's right. If she would have been black, there'd be all kinds of brothers and all kinds of hell raising hell.
Lord help us.
Oh, yeah. Wow. I'm going to have to look that up, OG.
Well, if I weren't banned from Facebook, I could send you the link.
I know you got to get back on Facebook. I've got to check and see if I've been thrown off. I've been giving them hell about it. I've been giving them hell about it. I sent a message to Mr. Zuckerberg today. Or is it Zuckerberg? I'm just saying. What a deal, man. What a deal. And, wow. Let me mention what happened to up here in Lancaster, Texas. There was a person we know that was in the drive-through at a Whataburger, young lady, by herself. She's in the drive-through at the Whataburger. These black kids come up and they start egging her car. Then they start shaking the car and screaming at her. Now, let me say one thing about this, OG. These kids are out there doing that stuff because of what they've seen on television and what they're hearing. They're going to come across, at some point, they're going to cross somebody that's not going to put up with this BS. And they're going to feel threatened. And they're going to take it out on them. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. And then there's going to be all hell break loose. All hell. So let's all think about this and be prepared for this. Be prepared. And I do believe, listen, OG, the Dallas police had a memorial service for the 5 officers that were gunned down in the streets of downtown Dallas, trying to protect protesters, or at least keeping an eye on them. They were gunned down in downtown Dallas, and this last week they were trying to have a memorial. What did they do, OG? They had their memorial in hiding in some room in downtown Dallas in the police station.
Despicable. That should not have to be.
So when the police are hiding like that, not being out and being bold, it sends a message, a terrible message to the people that are out there causing all the trouble. And we've seen video after video where police officers are being attacked, where they stand there and do nothing, where they stand there and take it because the cities are not backing them up. They have no backup. They don't know what in the hell to do. They have no leadership, and what leadership they do have are cowards. Are cowards. Oh, gee, I'd hate to see this when they run across the wrong people. And that's going to happen. That's going to happen. I'd hate to see them run up on, like we've heard, that they've threatened to challenge the Hells Angels, these other 1% clubs. They're not going to put up with it. They're not going to put up with it for a minute. So we'll see as everything goes along. But understand, the only thing that stands between us and tyranny, total tyranny in this country, is us. Do you agree with that, OG?
Absolutely. For the last Iron Horseman.
Yeah.
We're the final line. Typically, it's all your old retired veterans.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's some guys out there that didn't serve that would stand up and do patriot shit too. But,
oh yeah, there is.
Mostly it's going to be your retired vets.
Yeah. Yeah. That's reading last broadcast. I said the police need to understand who their backup might be, because it's not going to be these damn city leaders. They're ready to throw them under the bus. Matter of fact is, OG, where in the hell are Republicans? Where in the hell are they at? I haven't heard a peep out of them. Hell, it's so quiet, I don't even remember who my congressman is.
Yep, you're not hearing anything.
But I damn sure guarantee you, we're going to be going to his office soon and ask him, what the fuck are you doing? You're not in the fight. Are you not down for it? If you're not, resign now. And that's what should be said to all of them. You guys, no matter where you're at in this country, that's what you need to be saying to them. Call their asses up. Be even better, go see them. Go see him. Go knock on his staff's door. If he ain't there, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Talk to the damn staff. He'll hear it, I guarantee you. He will hear it. And even better, take a bunch of his constituents with you. Understand, there was a Facebook campaign in Egypt that overthrew a government. Now, the fact that the government they overthrew was better than the one they installed, and the military had to come back and straighten it out. Matter of fact, is they're still in control. They haven't turned it back over to the people. But I don't see our military doing that, because we have leaders within our military that are ready to capitulate. They're part of the deep state. We've seen them surface already. And jump in there, OG. Don't let me hog the damn night.
Well, the first thing I'll tell you is I sent you that link via email.
Okay.
The subject line is groping breasts.
Groping breasts. Okay. Wow.
But you're right. relative to leadership out there. It's non-existent. Talked to our boots on the ground up in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Here yesterday, and you've got shifts running out there without supervisors, totally undermanned, no leadership. And I asked the question about, well, what the hell are they going to do about this abolishing the police department? Because that was 100% on the city commissioners. Yeah. Well, there's a thing called a city charter.
Yeah.
Now the commissioners can vote however they want to vote and whatever they want to dream about. But if it's in violation of the city charter, it ain't going to happen. So the issue is the city charter would have to be changed. Now, there's a committee, let's call them the city charter commissioners, that would be in charge of that. And they would have to make the change. They would have to approve it. Now, I'm hearing that the charter commission is not happy with the city commissioners.
Yeah.
So, you know, the likelihood of this passing is fairly dismal.
Right.
However, it might be noted that the citizens of Minneapolis are so frustrated and so afraid that when they see and especially some of the tougher parts of the city, when they see a police cruiser come through, they're cheering the police.
Yeah.
They now love them. And it has been witnessed that anybody that starts to give a cop car, a police cruiser, a bad time, like making threatening gestures or jeering at them,
yeah,
they get their ass jumped and beat.
You know.
So they are getting kudos now from people they never used to get kudos from, because the harsh realities of a lack of a proper number of police officers out there protecting the public and enforcing laws is next to nothing, and the people are suffering for it. They're scared to death.
You know, OG, there was they interviewed a lady the other day, a black lady the other day, and you know she had a beauty salon, and that salon was burnt to the ground, and that was her life, and she had put her son through law school with that beauty salon, and you know she said she does not have a Black Lives Matter sign in her yard at her home, but her white neighbor does. So it just kind of shows you what's really going on in Minneapolis. And, you know, I mean, that city, it and St. Paul. And I assume St. Paul is not unscathed from all this. Would that be right?
You would be right. However, that is a different police department, kind of a different area. You might compare. There's a lot of similarities between Fort Worth and Dallas, and Minneapolis and St. Paul. The major difference being Minneapolis and St. Paul butt up to each other, and there's almost 50 miles between Dallas and Fort Worth. However, St. Paul is the original old city in Minnesota, and its makeup is a lot of blue collar.
Yeah.
A lot of workers over there.
Yeah.
Minneapolis would be more of a metropolitan urban area filled with yuppies and all sorts like that. So It pretty much, mirrors Dallas-Fort Worth.
So it makes sense, though, as to why everything erupted in Minneapolis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and actually Dallas and Fort Worth are 38, 40 miles from each other is how far that is. So, but, there is a distinct difference. One's called Cowtown, and the other one is a more like the yuppie type scene that you were describing. Although Fort Worth has a section of town that's just trying to emulate what's going on in Dallas. They all want to build those loft apartments and live and work and blah 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 blah. Agenda 21 type stuff. If you were a member of a Tea Party, you know what Agenda 21 is. If you're not aware of what it is, then maybe we'll have a show on that one of these days to kind of explain it. And it said, let me see, T. Spain here says, Minnesota went to shit when they elected Jesse Ventura. It hadn't been right ever since. Would that be true, OG?
Listen, even Jesse Ventura came into office poor.
Uh-huh.
He was scraping pennies together to run his campaign.
Yeah.
But people there had gotten pretty desperate and were looking for the change, and that's how he got voted in. By the time Jesse Ventura left, he had lots of money.
Uh-huh.
And that was because he served 2 terms. Had he served just one, he probably would have been a lot, well, I can't say a lot better off. I think probably a lot better off morally, maybe, but being a 2-termer, it took him 1 term to figure out how to make money.
Yeah.
In political office, and in his 2nd term, he scooped it in.
That's generally the way. That's generally the way it is, OG. Their first term, they're learning the ropes, and they're being told what to do and how to get into the club. And then the next thing you know, they're filthy rich. Some come in filthy rich, and others get filthy rich after being there just 2 terms. 2 terms. But yet, those that hang on for 30 years plus, like Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Dianne Feinstein, they all are filthy rich. And their spouses are filthy rich. And now, what's that gal's name? Omar? What's her name? Cortez?
Oh, Ocasio-Cortez.
Yeah, who just gave a bunch of money to her new husband. Oh, yeah. She's learning the ropes. She's learning the ropes.
She got married?
Yeah. I think that's the one I'm talking about. There's 2, right? There's Cortez and somebody else. Somebody on the chat line help me.
Yeah, they got a crew.
Yeah.
Supposed to be the new up-and-coming liberals for the Democratic Party.
Everybody on the chat line, imagine this. Beto O'Rourke is coming after your firearms, your Second Amendment rights. And the new Green Deal, that's a job-killing machine. A job-killing machine. That Omar's going to be leading that. Oh, Joe Biden has already said they're going to be his czars. And they're already meeting in the background. They think they've got this won. They think they've got this won, everybody. And I do, in my heart, have to believe the great silent majority is watching this and saying bullshit. Now, my wife, who's all of a sudden turned negative, thinks the opposite of me. She's going, oh, my Lord, where are we going to move to? I said, nowhere. We're going to stay and fight. And if we have to, we'll force these people to secede. That's the way I see it. Texas is not going to have a choice, in my view. And you guys could tell me what you think about that. So this is where we go, everybody. Buy more ammo. Because these people on the other side of the fence here are smelling blood. Now, I don't know whether the people that are answering all their surveys are telling them the damn truth, or whether they're wording the surveys to get the answer they want. What's going on? But, you know, don't listen to the freaking media. Those son of a bitches that come in your living room every night in their $1,000 suits. Don't listen to those people. They're just part of it. They're part of it. Turn that crap off. There's plenty of other things to watch. When I watch television, I watch YouTube. Not only is there great old cowboy movies on there, there's all kinds of motorcycle programs. There's all kinds of stuff about the salt flats. And I call OG up all the time. Hey, you go watch this damn jet car. So there's other things to do. But number one is buy a damn motorcycle and get out there and enjoy your life. Enjoy it. Don't sit around and watch all this bullshit with people taking a knee, with people taking singing a national anthem other than the national anthem. But man, look, there's Ironhead. He just appeared on the chat line. Ironhead is up in Detroit. And maybe he'll give us a little statement here in a minute of what's going on up there. It was like, well, I look around, OG, and Texas is relatively calm compared to other states. But, you know, isn't it funny, OG, how they can turn this stuff on and then all of a sudden they turn it off? So that tells me they are controlled. They are controlled. But
well, I think it's pretty obvious. But what we don't realize is you got a lot of people in other states that are looking at all this and they're figuring, okay, where's it going to break out next? Where's it going to break out next?
Yeah.
And they all chuckle when they think that Antifa and Black Lives Matter and this black movement out of Georgia, the guy that supposedly has all the armed veterans, 200 of them, where he's going to take Texas, they're all laughing because they know there's more, you know, it was said to me, hell, there's more guns in Texas than there are people. So if people are laying odds, they're figuring Texas is not going to be bothered too much with what's going on out there.
Yeah.
That's what people outside of Texas are thinking.
Yeah. The reason I'm laughing, Martin Nicholson on the chat line, he said, flash news report. A lady had her 103rd birthday today, and she was diagnosed with COVID-19, and she beat it with beer. I hope that's a true story. Man. So, wow. He said, Ironhead up in Detroit said, same old, but same old stuff here, Popeye. BLM, defacing history, silly, demands, etc. Yeah. That's just about it nationwide. Because, we know black lives don't matter because of all the black on black crime that is happening across the country. And, but, they don't want to talk about that. They say it's two separate issues. And really? Should it be two separate issues? And I'm not going to preach to black people about what they should be doing. All I know is, if you want to keep it among yourselves, be my guest. Be my guest. But I think as we go forward here, if this thing turns really south, there's going to be hell. There's going to be hell, and I feel for our children and grandchildren. I fear for what their future is going to be.
I think it's going to be sometime between November and the end of the year.
Yeah. Either way it goes, if Donald Trump loses, it's going to be hell. And if he wins, they're going to raise hell. So it doesn't matter. They want him to leave now, which is
unfortunately,
not going to happen.
Conservatives always tend to go with the flow.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when Obama won. We knew it wasn't going to be too pleasant, and it wasn't. A lot of crazy things happened, but conservatives typically go with the flow, maintain their calm, and figure, okay, when this is over, it'll be over, and we can get on with life. But you take this lunatic hard left out there.
Yeah.
They cannot contain themselves. They have to become violent. If you don't believe in what they believe in, if you don't do what they want you to do, they become extremely violent. And they've demonstrated that time and time again.
You know what they're going to do, OG? They're going to turn on each other. Is what they're going to do.
Well, that would be great.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah. I do believe that, because these socialist communist types, they're not going to be settled with what they're going to get. They're going to want more. They're going to say, by God, we put you there, we want more. And in order to get more, they have to come to people with money, or people that they perceive as money. And so, they're already wanting us to pay up. Hey, you owe us. If you're white, you owe us. And when they talk about white people, they're meaning anybody light-skinned. Because these people are stupid. I do believe. But we'll see as this stuff goes forward. We'll see. And wow. Oh, gee, I noticed everybody's been talking about Harley Davidson again, about their new CEO and how he plans on
well, they're planning on some pretty major layoffs too.
Oh, wow. Okay. So let's not sell to people that's been keeping us in the game. Let's sell high end. Is that right?
Yep. Once again, they have forgotten their faithful base, and they're going for the gusto. They're going for the weird machines and the expensive machines.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to come up with programs to get these young kids interested in motorcycles and in something they can afford. I'm watching with much interest. Indian has been, coming out steadily with pretty affordable starter machines.
Yeah.
You don't see that with Harley Davidson.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow.
You see their new live wire. That's what they want to hype.
That damn thing that's sitting in the showroom down here at Longhorn Harley Davidson. There's nobody looking at them. They don't even walk toward them.
I can't believe they got 3 of them sitting
They
there.
got 5 of them sitting next to each other.
Holy crap.
Yeah. Yeah. I went to go down and tag them in some way to see if they're even moving them. Because what they do is they move them from one side of the showroom to the other to make it look like something has happened.
I was going to say, do what the old parking cops used to do and chalk the tires.
Yeah. But it's incredible. It's incredible. Hey, everybody, I want to, I posted a video at texasbikerradio.org. And it is titled, what is it titled? It is titled Malcolm X on Democrats. Malcolm X, back in the 60s, had Democrats pegged. Had them pegged. Now, I don't agree with much of what he says, because he is was a Marxist. But at that time, at that particular speech, he was right on in what he was saying. So let's listen to that. Tell me what you think. You can find me on Facebook under Butch Moss. Tell me what you think about that. Share it if you think it's good. And we've got a lot of work to do going ahead. A lot of work. It's going to be us people that save this country. It's going to be us. We have people that are not afraid to speak out. People that are not afraid to take the hard left on, because they will come after us. And that may be absolutely the reason that OG is in Facebook jail now. And we can't even figure out why he is. Now, we cannot control posts from people or comments from people that post on our site. We can't control comments that may be on their Facebook page or their posts. We can't control that. We can't catch everything on there. But they've taken off one of the monitors of that page. The morons. Well,
I'm also starting to see some articles. There's a pretty strong belief out there that Facebook and Twitter and the other social media platforms are starting to come after conservatives, just like the IRS came after the Tea Party.
Yes.
They're trying to silence people. Now, I do share a lot of posts that are of a conservative nature.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of conservative bend to it. So I have probably also been on their watch list. And I know the day it happened, I'm sitting here just, having fun watching the stock market, reading my emails and checking Facebook. And I went on Facebook to check and see what's going on. And all of a sudden, boom, I'm blown off. It wants my password. It wants me to generate some random code, which I'm still trying to figure out how the hell you do that if you can't get into Facebook. And it wiped me out. I tried logging in from different computers. It just gets worse. Now, the state I'm at right now, if I attempt to get on Facebook, now I had to upload identification, a picture ID. And the message I'm getting now is, reviewing your information may take longer than usual. Thank you for sending your information. We have received it. We have fewer people available to review information due to the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic. It may take longer than usual to review your account. We're always looking out for the security of people on Facebook, so until then, you can't use your account. Thank you for understanding. Well, I uploaded my ID last Friday.
Yeah. You know what, OG? That's the same bullshit you get from Home Depot when you order something when you order something for in-store pickup. Using COVID as an excuse to delay.
Oh, yeah.
That's all that is. And it's not only Facebook, there's a whole host of others that does that same crap. That same crap. Let me tell you, Facebook is a publicly owned company. They sell stocks, right? You can buy shares of Facebook. Am I correct there?
I don't know for sure, to be honest with you.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't mess with the stock market too much. I do mostly futures.
Well,
so.
I'll find out before next broadcast. But let me tell you, when we go visit it is private? Okay. Let me say this. When we go to visit our congressman, Facebook is going to be one of the damn subjects in getting them in line and other social media. And we're going to be asking him why he's not in the freaking fight. Go ahead.
Now, Facebook claims they can do all of these things because they're a privately owned company.
Yeah.
However, there's a lawsuit that's been filed over in the United Kingdom that bears watching, because it could set an interesting precedent over there that can be used here. Not that you can take British law and apply it here, but it could start a court action over here along the same parallel. And what they're contending in the UK is, even though the social media platform over there, this all of a sudden has become very limiting and is doing the same things Facebook is doing here, it, in effect, when it's being used as a public utility where people are going on there and stating their opinions, et cetera, and posting social news, it has now become a public utility. I find that very interesting because, even though Facebook, again, seems to be a private company, when it puts itself out there to the public, and there's all kinds of postings going on relative to First Amendment kind of action, only they're trying to regulate it. I think they may have established some precedents in becoming kind of a public utility type of company, public communications type of a company, where they may be in violation of people's constitutional rights.
I got news, OG. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Facebook's opening IPO price was between $35 and $38. Facebook is owned by the public, that is, individual investors, mutual funds, hedge funds, retirement systems, any other types of funds out there these days. This is a strictly regulated form of ownership that is very distinct from truly private companies owned by one person or a small group. Hello? Hello? Just saying. Just saying. So maybe I'll buy 2 shares of Facebook and go in as a investor and go down and raise hell. God. OG, is there anything we've left undone? Because we've been on here an hour talking back and forth and didn't even have any idea what we were going to say.
We covered COVID, Harley Davidson, and breasts.
Yeah.
Is that exciting or
that
not?
Is exciting as hell, isn't it? and plus we had a Corona beer.
There you go.
That I shall finish momentarily. With that, you guys on the chat line, thanks for joining us tonight. Oh, and guess what? Next week, we will be on Wednesday night because our club has now started the return to bike nights, which are on Thursday nights. So we will be on next Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, unless OG decides to bump it up to 7:30.
Yeah. No, I'm cool with 8.
Okay.
I have no problem with it.
Okay. Well, that kind of works for East Coast, Central, Mountain, Western times. Everybody, have a great evening. Have a great evening. Hope you don't get in Facebook jail if you're on there. And maybe I am by now. I'm chewing them out every day. Every day. With that, goodbye. And OG, there's a guy on there now named Brain Damaged.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody have a good evening. We're out of here.
Be safe. Stay healthy.
That's right. Ride safe. Bye-bye.